What is going on, everybody? FJC here, back with another Spectre Divide video, and today what we're going to be talking about is the Vector Dynamics sponsor. I have now unlocked every single sponsor in Spectre Divide, and now that I've used every single one in the game as well, I can wholeheartedly say that the Vector Dynamics sponsor, in my opinion, is the most rewarding sponsor in Spectre Divide. This sponsor is not only great for attacking bomb sites and being the first person in, on the defensive end, it definitely has a lot of playability, but you do have to be careful with how you're using your utility. So in today's video, we're going to cover what every piece of utility does for Vector Dynamics and how you should be using them in game. So without further ado, let's jump right into it. Starting off with the dual amp, this is going to be your first piece of utility that regens after a certain amount of time. You deploy a marker and gain a 15% fire rate buff for 8 seconds. You reactivate to teleport your Spectre to the marker. Pretty much where you activate the dual amp, that will be where your Spectre will go, giving it a fire rate buff. Kills reset the buff duration, and it takes 30 seconds to recharge. So for every kill you get, it also resets the amp. So like it says, it gives you a 15% fire rate buff for 8 seconds, which is extremely useful when using it with guns like the Crusader and the Blackout, which already have an extremely fast fire rate. And even using it with the M67 Reaver, it makes the weapon damn near unstoppable if you can hit all your shots. And the fact that wherever you activate the amp, that will be where your Spectre will go if you choose to teleport it there, can be really good to trade frag yourself when entering a bomb site or trying to clear an angle. There's also a visual tell to when a Vector Dynamics sponsor is amplified. The character is highlighted in purple, bright purple, so you do know when somebody is amped, so it may be in your best interest to fall off and choose a different angle and wait until the amplification runs out. Now let's take a look at the Vector Wall, which I think is an insanely useful piece of utility for both attack and defense. But the Vector Wall is a deployable, slow wall that blocks vision for 10 seconds. And if you alt fire, meaning you right click, the wall moves faster and lasts for 6 seconds. Why I say this is a good piece of utility for both attack and defense is because if you are on attack, majority of the time when you're pushing a bomb site, you're going to want to use your Vector Wall as a piece of visual cover. You can shoot through the Vector Wall, and if you're shooting at somebody through it, the tracers are easily noticeable to shoot back at you. For defensive purposes, I find the Vector Wall is most useful when you think that you're stuck in a certain corner or angle and you want to move without the enemy pretty much knowing where you're going to go. The Vector Wall is a good piece of cover. Like I mentioned, you can shoot through it. So majority of the time, if they know that you're in an area where you can only go in one certain direction, they are going to spam that. So it's in your best interest to use it wisely and just remember that they can shoot you through it. I do think that the Vector Wall is one of the most useful pieces of utility in the game, as you don't even have to be exposed to the lane or angle that you're trying to throw the wall through. You can shoot the wall through multiple objects around the map. This also makes it extremely useful if you're trying to do a fake. For example, if you're playing mill and you're trying to fake mid, you can throw a fast Vector Wall mid, 1 or 2, and that will usually get the team, at least one person, to rotate there to get their attention, and then you can focus on taking a bomb site. However, it's not in your best interest to use both walls, as that's 2 pieces of extremely useful utility that you bought at the beginning of the round that are now gone. The last piece of utility we're going to talk about is the Nanosphere. With the Nanosphere, you're going to deploy a bouncing nano swarm that deals 90 damage over 2.5 seconds to the first enemy it gets near, which is extremely strong. If you noticed in some of the clips when I have deployed the Nanosphere, it shows you a path and a direction that the Nanosphere is going to go. It lasts about 4 to 5 seconds. I know it doesn't directly say that in the description, but after using the class, I can say it lasts no more than a max of 6 seconds. Also, the fact that you can purchase 2 of these at the beginning of each round, same with the Vector Wall, is extremely useful because 90 damage in Spectre Divide is a ton of damage. The amount of times that I've lit somebody up pretty much to win their one shot and then I deploy a nanosphere and it gets a kill damn near instantly is insane. It definitely makes the piece of utility less overpowered that it only locks on to one character, and the way to get rid of it is to shoot it. You can also shoot it as it's coming towards you, but a lot of the time that'll give away your position. But sometimes that's how you have to use the nanosphere, is you throw it where you know an enemy is. You end up forcing them to push back because they either don't want to get caught by it or shoot at it to reveal the position they think you don't know about. And that will allow for more flanks, also allowing you to push to a bomb site if the nanosphere forces the enemy off of it. So like I've mentioned in every single sponsor video I've done, because I've pretty much covered every single sponsor in the game now, do me a favor guys, let me know in the comment section down below, what is your personal favorite sponsor to play in Spectre Divide? And I do plan to make some more sponsor videos for the sponsors that I haven't covered, because I still need to cover Pinnacle, Morgan, and Riker. But I really do hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you guys want to see more content like this or any other specific types of videos for Spectre Divide, let me know in the comment section down below. I am absolutely in love with Spectre Divide, and we are going to be posting another ranked highlight video because I did hit champ the day I'm recording this commentary, which I'm absolutely ecstatic about. As well, now that I've dumped a bunch of time into Spectre Divide, I do think I'm at the right point in the game where I can start giving a bunch of tips and tricks to people. So I do have a tips and tricks series on the way. The last thing I'm going to ask of you guys before I head on out of here is if you could please make sure you are subscribed to the channel and turn on post notifications to stay notified with the channel's uploads, as well as make sure you are following my Twitch channel, as I've practically streamed Spectre Divide since it's released 7 days a week over there, and we've been the #1 streamer majority of the time in the category when I do stream the game. So I also can't thank you guys enough for that. With all that out of the way, that's going to be the end of the video. So I will see you all in the next one. Peace out. Have a great rest of your day. Much love.